Welcome to Table for One. I'm the narrator, and in today's video, I'll be doing a solo playthrough of Dionysia. And this is normally a two-player game, so I'll be using the Soliloquy expansion. Let's get rolling. Alright, so I'm set up to play a solo game of Dionysia using the Soliloquy expansion. So this is an 18-card wallet game from Button Shy Games. And kind of a funny story on this one. They did provide this game to me. This is not a Kickstarter preview. This game is already out there, and they gave it to me. I was at their booth at Gen Con in 2025, and I was buying some Button Shy Games, and they threw this one in. They're like, why don't you go ahead and grab this one too? And later I realized it was a two-player only game. I was like, this is not really going to work for me. So I went back and eventually picked up the Soliloquy expansion, as well as the Muse of Tragedy, another expansion for this, which I will get on the channel another time. But yeah, so I was annoyed for having this game for a little while, that this is this two-player game. I was like, I'm never going to play this. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. But then once I got the solo mode and tried it, this is one of my favorite Button Shy games. This is top tier to me. So this one's great. So I'm going to do a teach as we play type of video. But before I get going, I want to thank all of my Ko-fi supporters. That's ko-fi. This is the folks who support Table for One. Ko-fi is sort of like an alternative to Patreon. And so reserved seating at Table for One is the tier for my monthly subscribers, because you can contribute to the channel either monthly or at one time if you want, for as little as $1. But reserved seating's for all my monthly contributors. And then the Head of the Table award is for the top 10 contributors over the last 90 days, at least as of time of editing. So see if with a little friendly competition, if you can get your name on the chart. So thank you to everyone who's contributed to Table for One on my Ko-fi page. And if you're new here, don't forget to like and subscribe. But let's get going with Dionysia. So we've got our deck of 18 cards here. These are scene cards, and they look like this. Each one has 2 icons on it. There's 3 different icons in the game. There's daggers, skulls, and probably what I would call cups. I wonder if it's goblets. But I'll probably call them daggers, cups, and skulls. And we're going to be trying to make patterns. What we're doing in this game is we're making a 3-act play. We do have an automated opponent, but they don't really score anything. They're mostly going to deny us some of the cards that we might want as we play. So we're going to shuffle up these 18 cards and put 3 of them out to make an offer. And each round, we're going to be the first player. We're always the first player in solo mode. Each round, we're going to take a card, and then the opponent will take the card to the right. And the right card wraps back around to here. Then we've got these 6 tragedy cards, which we may or may not use. So let me shuffle these up real quick. These 6 cards are the Soliloquy expansion, along with a little rule book. So these are not part of the normal base game. We'll put those there. So basically, each of these cards has got a couple icons on it, and we're going to be trying to make patterns that score us points. So some of the different patterns are here. And then each card also has either an end game scoring effect, or, so it's got that little coin next to it, or if it's got this little feather here, this is an instant effect. If we take a card with an instant effect, we can choose not to gain the effect, but if we are going to gain it, we have to gain it right away. If the automated opponent ever gains a card with an instant effect, instead of resolving it, that's when we draw one of these tragedy cards and we resolve that card instead. And so let's get started. I'll explain as we go. I'm going to take my first card. I'm going to take this one. I want Deify here. And this says you get an extra 2 points at the end if this is Act 3's key scene. So we're going to be well, first of all, it's a 3-act play that we're making. When we take the card, we need to decide, is it Act 1, Act 2, or Act 3? And I'm going to make it Act 3 for that reason. And we'll talk about key scenes after I've got another card here. But really, key scene means it's the top of each act's pile. And then we also will score 1 point at the end of the game for every 3 cup icons in this configuration. And the configurations can be left to right or top to bottom, but they cannot be right to left or bottom to top or any diagonals. It's only left to right or top to bottom. It'll make more sense. So for now, I took my card. Now the opponent takes their card. They always go in order. They're going to start in Act 1. And now at the end of the round, we simply replace, oh wait, that has an instant effect though. So as soon as they gain that, we reveal this top tragedy card. And this is Creative Deadlock. So this says, place this card near one of your unfinished acts. Well, all of my acts are unfinished. An act is finished when it has 3 parts, or 3 scenes. These are scene cards. And you may not play cards here until the other acts are finished. Oh boy, that's a rough one to get early. I will put it in Act 1. So we can't do Act 1 until Acts 2 and 3 are complete. Okay, now we replace these scene cards. And it's back to our turn. And so right now I'm aiming to get 3 cups in a row, and there's no other cups out here, so that's going to be difficult. So I might want to change that pattern to have a different pattern. So here's what I'm going to do instead. I'm going to take this card, Uncertain Visions, and I can either place this in a new act, like I can put in Act 2, or I can place it in Act 3. And when I do that, since there's already a card there, I can either upstage the existing Act 3 cards by placing it on top, or I could downstage it and place it beneath all of the other Act 3 cards. Now, if there are already 2 cards like this, you cannot place it in the middle. You can either upstage, go on the top, or downstage, go on the bottom. I'm going to upstage it. So when you upstage a card, you cover up all those other conditions. All that's left are the icons. So your top card of each of the scenes, or of each of the acts, is the key scene. And the key scene is what dictates your scoring criteria. So if this is the Act 3's key scene, it is no longer Act 3's key scene. So that effect is gone. So now that I've done that, there's an instant effect that I can choose to resolve immediately. It says, view the top 2 cards of the deck, return 1 to the top and 1 to the bottom of the deck. Now, one other note on these instant effects, they are triggered either when the scene is placed or when they become the key scene of an act. So perhaps, maybe it was covered and then some other game effects lets me move a card off of it and it becomes the key scene again, it would trigger again. So anyway, let's take the top 2 cards. And I'm going to put 1 on the top and 1 on the bottom. And I think I'm going to put this one on the top because I would like to get lots of daggers to help with this pattern here, this dagger, dagger, skull. So if I can get a dagger here, dagger, dagger, skull, I think that would be good. I don't know if that, maybe I can grab the skull and get that dagger, dagger before it. These are both interesting, and I don't know what I want to do. This one's better if it's Act 1's key scene, and so I'm going to put this one on the bottom because I can't build out Act 1 until I've built 2 and 3. So this one's going to go on the top. Now, I took the middle card, so the opponent takes the next card, and they always upstage themselves, and so they always start in Act 1, and they just do Act 1, Act 1, Act 1, Act 2, 2, 2, 3, 3, 3. That's the order they go in. So, I'll move that up a little. Now I replace the cards and we go to round 3. So there are always 9 rounds in this game. And I'm going to take this one and I'm going to downstage it in Act 3. Now I don't have to keep building the same act every turn like this, but it's just what I chose to do. I want this skull here. So later I'll get this 2 daggers, put it here for this scoring condition. So the opponent will take this. There's no instant effect. So we just keep going now. Replace those 2 cards. It's my turn again. Yeah, this looks pretty good. I'm going to take this one. I'm going to put it here at the bottom of Act 2. So I've got this dagger, dagger, skull. Top of Act 2, I'm going to want a dagger here to get dagger, dagger, skull and score that again. So now the opponent's going to take this and they're going to place it in their Act 2. There's no instant effect, so we just keep going. Replacing cards. Let's see. What do I want in the middle here? You know what? I think I'm going to make this the key scene of Act 2. If I take this, the opponent will take this, and I'll grab this next time. And then this says, if this act has no cups, you get extra points. And so with what I have, and then these 2, this act won't have any cups, so I'll get points, and then I'll be trying to score for dagger, skull, skull. And so, yeah, I'll take this double skull and place it here. Maybe I can get a dagger before it. Let's see. So the opponent will take this one. Neither of those had instant effects, so we replace them both. And now I am going to grab this as I planned. This is Act 2's key scene now. And now I have completed the other 2 acts, so this creative deadlock tragedy card goes away. I took this card, so it wraps around. My opponent grabs this. We replace. And now I can build my Act 1. I really need a dagger on the right side. Right here. And let's see. Dagger, skull, skull. Dagger, skull would be good. There's a dagger, skull there. So I think I need that to be my key scene for Act 1. So if I take this, there's an instant effect. What does that do? Swap one of your cards with a card on the stage. Ooh, well, these 2 cups aren't helping me at all. So let's swap it with either of those have a dagger on the first part, which would give me dagger, dagger, skull, which would be great. The second one's going to be a cup anyway, but that doesn't really do anything. So that'll get me another scoring. I'll put that there. So I swapped them. That's good. And then I took the right card, so the opponent now wraps around, takes the next card. They're going to put that in their Act 3. Now we replace the cards. And I said I needed a dagger on the right side, so I think I've got to grab this one. I know that this last card is the double dagger because I put it on the bottom, and I really want the double dagger in the middle. And I'm just not going to be able to do that because if I take one of these, I've got to either up or down stage it, and then the double dagger, I can't slide it between, so that'll either be up or down staged. And everything I've got right now, if these are all my key scenes, are scoring for just skulls and daggers, so I don't really want any cups if I can avoid it. So I think I'm going to take this one. I think this will do the best. I'll downstage it here. And then the next card goes to my opponent. No immediate effects. Replace it. And then the last round, there's only 2 cards left. And I know I want this one. I'm going to downstage it, put it on the bottom. And my opponent gets this card. So we played on normal mode. So in normal mode, we don't even score the opponent. We're just going to score myself. So first, let's do these 3 boxes here. And that's an immediate effect, and that's an immediate effect. So no bonuses there. This one gives me 3 points if this act has no cups, which it doesn't. There's no cups here. So I start with 3 points. Now I score my 3 patterns. So you can see the 2 cards with immediate effects, their patterns are worth more than this card here, which I don't know if I paid any attention to that as I was playing, but I'm starting at 3 points. 2 points for every skull, dagger, dagger. And again, that goes left to right or top to bottom. Those are the only 2 ways you can score. So let's look for skull, dagger, dagger. Here's skull, dagger, dagger. There's 2 points, so I'm up to 5. Here's, nope, not there. Skull, dagger, dagger this way. So that's another 2 points. That gets me up to 7. And that's it. So like this, bottom to top, that does not count. Each icon can count multiple times though. So for example, if I scored off of triple daggers, I could do these 3, and then I could do those 3. Each of those could count multiple times. So I'm at 7 points. I get 1 point for each dagger, skull, skull. So that's dagger, skull, skull. There's 8 points. And nope. 8 points, okay. And then finally 2 points for each dagger, dagger, skull. So let's see if I've got that. There's dagger, dagger, skull. So that gets me up to 10. Not here. Here's dagger, dagger, skull. That gets me up to 12. And here's dagger, dagger, skull. That gets me up to 14. So that's not so great. If we check the little scoring chart here in the book, 0 to 11, you are regarded with indifference. 12 to 15, which is where I was, you are acknowledged by the crowd. 16 to 19, you are decorated with laurels. And 20 or more, you are blessed by Dionysus. So that was not great. Usually I'm like right around 18 or 19, and if I have a good game, I'm above 20. This was a really tough tragedy card to get, especially on the first turn. I was really locked out of a lot. And then there's a beginner mode as well as an expert mode. If you play the expert mode, then each time the opponent finishes an act, you draw another tragedy card. And in addition, you don't score their patterns, but you check if they meet these conditions. And if they do on each of those scoring conditions that they meet, then you subtract those points from your score. So that is really difficult. But there's only 6 of these tragedy cards. I'll put the other ones here if you wanted to look at them. Plot hole, sudden inspiration, dramatic competition, hasty revisions, and final rehearsal. So you can take a look at those if you like. But overall, now you've seen the solo game, you know how it plays. I really like it. It's a very simple, pattern sort of game. And I like that tension of perhaps shifting your key scene midway through where I did that in the beginning. I took my first card was my key scene for Act 3. And as I went, I was like, this is not working out for me. And eventually I replaced it with something else that worked better. So that's kind of fun. And the automated opponent is really simple to run, so I enjoy that. It plays quick. The artwork is really good. It's all very thematic. I like all of the little flavor text on it, all the titles of the cards, like it all fits with the theme really well. So I'm a big fan of Dionysia. If you have any questions, let me know down in the comments, or same if you think I've made a mistake, let me know in the comments. I'd be happy to talk to you down there. And another time on the channel, I will be back to show you this Muse of Tragedy expansion. This is a pretty good one as well. And if you like these 18 card wallet games, I've got a whole Button Shy playlist. Be sure to check that out. I have a bunch more of these that'll be coming to the channel in the next couple months too. But that's it for this time. So like, subscribe, share, comment, hype, super thanks, whatever you could do on YouTube. Do all that stuff. It would be great for me, and I appreciate it. One last time, I will plug that coffee page, ko-fi. But that is what I've got this time on Table for One. I hope you enjoyed this game. I had fun playing, and I will see you in the next video.